Hi guys, how are you doing? I hope everything is alright with you. And I'm sorry that I couldn't make this lesson uh, online, could make a webinar because during these days I'm in Turkish, in Turkey. Um, don't know how to pronounce it properly. And I lead Russian speaking Congress of Practitioners, and it's not very easy to make any live events because we have some issues with the internet. It works, but it's very unstable. So I decided to make this video because it will be in much better quality than any stream. Uh, there, there are a lot of things to share with you, many interesting things. But before this, I'd like to invite you to the same event next year in August. Um, Everything will be, all data and etc. will be available on our website maybe during the next month. And I decided to gather two groups, Russian speaking and English speaking groups. Uh, it will take place here in Turkey, Turkish Republic. I don't know how to say it properly. So uh, two groups, different groups in different times, different days. Uh, we've found very good place for this, good lecture rooms. So it's very nice to be here. And first of all, it's not only about practice, 1 week practice, 5 hours of lessons on everyday basis, but besides these lessons, people enjoy it. They communicate, they travel, excursions, and so on. So they become friends, communicate with each other. We entertain ourselves as we can. So it's a very good event for practitioners, and everybody likes lucid dreaming and out of body experience. So it's just a second. Um, every people on this event is a little bit relative to you because everybody has the same interest in the face topic. So next year, wait just a few weeks and you will be able to register in advance without payment, just in advance. Maybe you will want to participate. Uh, because it's strange, we're going to gather 10th times next year, but it's only Russian speaking and it's time just to gather people from around the world. Maybe 100 or 200 people will arrive. Uh, a few very interesting things, news for you. We are going to talk about our project first of all, of course. Then we are going to talk about our articles, and then we are going to talk about the new methods. And I've got some news for you. First of all, about our project, everything goes quite well. Um, Although this month uh, we didn't work hard, and I asked Andrei Shashkov and Jana Zhemusova, who, by the way, here now they communicate with people. For them, it's like a vacation. I told them not to work very hard this month. Just they checked reports twice per day, and it's enough. I told them to relax this month because from the next we're going to work hard again. But we read reports. We can so everything works as usually. But we don't create any new articles. We don't digitalize data, etc. Um, As usually, we don't get enough of funds, enough of money to finance everything, but without your help, it would be much more worse. But we have some good news without articles. It means that in a few months we'll get much more publicity with our project, and I hope that we will be able to gather more funds because we need just in a couple of weeks I will hire at least one new person, and actually we need at least two more people to work in our project, but we don't have money for this. But I hope when we get publicity, we will be able to hire some new people because it's quite hard to do it all without them. So first of all, 3 weeks ago, there was an article. It's about transfer. It's about statistic, face statistic, how many people have experienced it in sleep paralysis, out of body experience, lucid dreaming, and so on. Finally, it was published officially. Actually, the paper will be published in 2 months, but it was published online, and from this moment, uh, uh, I have at least one published article, a scientific academic article. 1 year ago, there was no articles. Now uh, this one is published. Another one is fully accepted. We signed it already. We just wait for the issue when it will going to be published. So it's ready 100% for publishing. We just wait for the data. So actually, two articles have been published by this moment, and 14 more articles on different stages of publication, and two of them, for example, it's about deepening techniques, rotation, and imagining reality. I make a new revision for rotation, for the rotation article, and after this, it's 99% that it's going to be published. So I will finish the revision in a couple of days. And another article with imagining reality for deepening, we wait for the final decision, and it seems that it's going to be published very soon too. So everything works very good, and it's a very good news for me because when you start projects like this, when you go from nowhere, nobody knows you. You don't have any connections with academic society, with universities, and of course, I had some doubts about me, about the project, but now they get our publications, our work. For example, the second article that is going to be published very soon, that is fully accepted by this moment, it is from Project Elijah article. So it's about transferring pain from face to reality. And what does it mean? First of all, we get published. It means we are officially recognized, and scientific community is ready to talk with us and publish even us. The first thing. Second thing, extremely important thing, the phase term now is official scientific term, and we publish our work with this term, and they don't ask about this because it is very we explain why we need this very good, and no questions about this. You should understand that usually, for example, if we talk about the article with about a survey, about statistic, I have completed approximately 7 or 8 revisions. So many scientists in different journals um, made reviews for this with many mistakes, dozens of mistakes we made. I corrected it, then tried to upload to another journal. They refuse again to publish it with new problems, and there was a lot of corrections, but they never asked about the phase term because it is obvious we need this, because you cannot every time say lucid dreaming, out of body experience, sleep paralysis, etc. You need something simple to unite this, and sometimes they don't like even one word. uh, but in this case, nobody says nothing about the face, and now uh, we think it is officially recognized, so we can use it in all our articles. So it is the second news. First news, we are published finally. Second news, the face term is officially recognized term. And third, very extremely important thing for us, that now um, Project Elijah is officially recognized because they take academic papers, they publish it in peer-reviewed journals, the publications from Project Elijah. So you support a real scientific project, and believe me, we are going to make a lot of very interesting studies in the future, and it won't be possible without your help. So thank you guys for helping me. We do real work here, and it's just the beginning. So everything is alright with the project, at least. During the next months, we are going to optimize our work on articles, because actually it takes so much time and efforts to correct them, to upload them, to create them. And during the next months, we will optimize our work on them. I've got some ideas. We've already discussed these ideas with Andrei and Жанна, and in starting from October, we are going to make much better articles with better quality to escape these revisions, many revisions. We are going to make just very good articles from the very beginning. We know how to make them a little bit faster, and Жанна and Andrei will upload them by themselves. You should understand that I write articles not only for Project Elijah but other articles, and I spend so much time for uploading, creating, uploading, revisions, and starting from these months, uh, I'm going to teach Andrei and Жанна to upload at least project articles from project by themselves and correct them by themselves. It will help me to get more time for other projects. So we are going to work very hard uh, during this period of time. I mean, up to the next summer. Uh, Once again, I'd like to express my gratitude to Fabrice, Fabrice and Delphine, who work on the translation of the face into French. I hope that everything is going well, and we will see this book finally in a few weeks. And people, French speaking people, will get this knowledge, will get practice, and can't wait for this. At the same time, there are two more translations. One of them has been accomplished. It's a Farsi translation. We just checking this book now, and the translation into Arabic language has been going on right now. So thank you, Fabrice, Delphine. I wait for this book. Um, mm, and finally, let's talk about some news about our new method. First of all, I'd like to share the primary thing. For now, I don't have any practitioner with 100% results. So REM shifting, it's about shifting REM sleep from the end to the beginning of the stage, sleep stage. Now it happens partial even for me, but not for 100%, not for 100%, but not because it doesn't work, uh, but because I just start to understand how to do this properly. I worked with a group of 40 people, almost 40 people. We tested this algorithm with them. It didn't work very well, but it worked. And then I decided to check more advanced algorithm. Now actually I have very strict step-by-step instruction how to do this because it started to work for me. And on everyday basis, when I fall asleep, I get phase or semi-phase. So, for example, sleep paralysis, semi-separation, or something like this on everyday basis. And the most important thing here is that when I get it, very often it happens without lapses in consciousness. So it means that REM shifting is really happening. uh, we are on the way to this goal. It works better and better, not only for me, but for other people who test it. And there was a problem, huge problem. I was thinking to test this idea on this congress, and I was so happy about this idea that I would be able to talk with people who test it, uh, and I was planning to do it the whole week with people here, but um, our application does not work well. Even if, first of all, it exists only for Android now, and even if you do have Android, there are 50% chance that it doesn't work, and it appeared that I could not test it. I ruined the first 2 days for people because I was focusing on this idea, but they could not properly check it. It just didn't work. Actually, it was a very strange thing because first of all, we started to see it during working with the first online group. The problem is that this application, this app, works quite good for me on my phones and on developer phones. So we thought that everything is alright. But when we started to work with people, it appears that it doesn't work on many phones. So I've wasted 2 days of this congress for a ruined practice of these people today. Now everything's alright and they enjoy it, but they lost 2 days because I wanted to test it, but it didn't work. It was a huge disaster for me. But I solved this problem just yesterday. I decided to work with the first group because they know how to do this, and I gave them yesterday a very strict instruction what to do next. Because when we started to work on this idea with the first testing group almost 1 month ago, actually I didn't know exactly what to do. But now it seems for me that I have a very strict step-by-step instruction how to do this. And from yesterday, people began to test it, and in 1 week, I will be able to see the results. Uh, Actually, it works very unusual. This program, I did not expect it, but it has some very strange effects. I could not expect, I could not predict it, but it started to happen for anybody who tests this application. For example, a couple of weeks ago I was testing this application. It works like an alarm that you can control by your breaths. For example, it does not let you to fall asleep. It checks you, do you sleep or not. You make two breaths, and you hear back signal back. It means that alarm goes back to 3-4 minutes depending on your settings. If you make 3 breaths, it means that you are in the phase and you have to stop this program because it will ruin your phase. You can make these 3 breaths in the phase to stop real alarm in real physical world, and 4 breaths to restart. So 2 breaths back, 3 breaths um, stop. You hear stop, and 4 breaths start. A couple of weeks ago, I was practicing this. I made a few breaths without any control, and I heard house. I thought that the developer added this new signal, and the whole next day. First of all, it's very clear in your head. You use speakers. It's just clear. You are in reality, and you hear real sounds in your just not in your head. Just as usually you hear sounds from speakers. House. The whole next day I was thinking how to say politely to the developer not to add any new signals without my approval, because it's good idea, and it's very good that somebody tries to make it even better than you want it. But I was thinking how to say this properly to this person, because he's good, he tries to make it better, but he should discuss it with me. But the next day, I started to this practice again. In the first signal, I just started and I heard. Now it was in Russian. I'm going to translate it in English. It sounded like now there's going to be a lot of fun, and I hear it just in a few minutes. Just lay down and I hear after a couple of breaths, I hear this. Now there's going to be a lot of fun. You hear it very clearly. And then I started to understand that something is wrong. It's not about signals, it's about something else. And the same thing started to happen with anybody who uses application. It works so efficiently, it is almost impossible, because usually people use different techniques, methods. For somebody it works, for somebody it doesn't work. But these hallucinations extremely real, extremely real. You cannot discern them from reality. It happens for anybody who uses application. Even this on Congress, a few people use it, and they started to hear the same things, awkward things, strange things. They're 100% real. And the problem is that you cannot separate. So actually, it looks like you are in a phase, but you cannot separate. It is 100% real, like phase, but you cannot separate. We discussed this a lot, this situation, and it appears that REM stage happens maybe by some stages or parts of your brain, and but we need a dissociation, to experience dissociation, separation, and that is why I created a new algorithm for this application to use phantom wiggling, but not just phantom wiggling. it's a little bit changed because many people don't understand how to make phantom wiggles properly, and if they do it properly, they may achieve the same 100% efficient result with program, but not for sounds, but for phantom wiggling. But if you get phantom wiggling as real as these audio hallucinations, you will be uh, able to separate. Actually, that's how it happened for me. And this algorithm is going to be tested just in a few days, in 1 week. So a lot of things are going on right now. I work hard from early morning, the whole day, um, on different projects, lessons, articles. You wake up, you work on articles, then you may have to do a lot of other stuff, emails, etc. Then you go to conference and 5 hours lessons. Then you go to your room and perform attempts with this application every day. So I have to work hard, but I enjoy this because it's, as you understand, it is extremely interesting, everything related to this. Sometimes it's hard, it's very hard, but it's interesting. So uh, a lot of progress in all directions, and everything is very promising. So it means that in 1 month there will be even more news, and I hope to share with you more interesting results. So thank you for supporting me. I'm sorry that I couldn't make this event live, but that's the only way to share the news with you, just making this video. So thank you again for supporting the project. You support all this stuff. You help me directly because I have to finance everything by myself, and of course this congress helps me to finance this too. And but without your help it would be a disaster. So support our project, participate in our studies, and be in touch because a lot of very interesting things are going to happen in the near future. So guys, thank you for watching me. Thank you for donating. See you in 1 month. So bye.